After start, check. Going to do some simulating here because I don't want to untie the buses on external power. First thing, bus tie switch. Press it, tide light goes out. APU panel start stop switch, press it till the run light flashes. Backup pump long push comes on. As soon as that test is done, 2 pushes here brings it back to auto, which means the lights are out. And you flow back down here, 1, 2, 3 on the engine anti-ice. Flow down here and set your clock running. And at this time, the right seat guy will have been watching that you got the backup pump done. As soon as he's done with that, as soon as that's done, he's going to do his flight controls check. And while you're waiting for the 20 seconds to complete the anti-ice test on the engines, you're doing your flight controls tests to include the rudder on the left side. And when that test is done, sweep back up here to turn these engine anti-ice back off, and the APU master off. So let me go through this all again. After start, engines are running, buses tied. APU start-stop button press, get the flashing run sign. Over here, the backup pump press long push, get the on, check the backup pump pressure, and 2 pushes back to auto. Engine anti-ice, 1, 2, 3. Start your timer. Flight controls check. Back up here. Make sure you get 20 seconds to make sure that it's a legit test on the engine anti-ice. Then 1, 2, 3 off, and back up here, APU master off. Flight controls test. After the flight controls test is complete, left seat flow, nose wheel steering on. Right seat flows. There's really nothing to do until that backup pump has been tested. Once the backup pump has been tested, right seat does the flight controls test and waits for the flight controls test to be completed on the left side and follows the rudder pedal travel with the left seater doing the rudder pedal check. Once the flight controls are checked, air brake check, go to AB2, and you're looking on the speed tape for the AB2 indication, and back to AB0, and from that point you're looking down at the test page for the FCS push button, or the APS, we call it push button FCS. You're looking to do the FCS test, so once it's not grayed out anymore, you can perform that and start a timer for 30 seconds. And that's when the apt start check can be run and challenge and response. Non-standard in here, but I think it's something we could really make standard, as I can't see why it would be such a horrible thing just to get the transponder to alt on at this point while you're waiting for that FCS test to be completed, and to bring the radar into auto, both sides. So the F-start checklist, overhead panel test done, backup pump auto, engine anti-ice on or off, weather radar auto, transponder alt on, CB out checked, flight controls checked, FCS test, it's either done if you did it or not required, and the nose wheel steering on. And for the left seat guy, once that FCS test is done, selects SF1 or 2 as appropriate. So once the FCS test is done, the left seat guy is going to get the nose wheel steering, the right seat guy is going to get the flaps to SF1.